The governments and public are increasingly faced with social issues that many believe cannot be resolved only by government efforts or services. Today, we will focus on a non-governmental organization committed to making a positive impact on society. This organization has implemented numerous initiatives that have benefited the community. To inspire others to follow suit, we have in the studio the founder of the Caleb and Ladi Foundation. We will meet him shortly after the news. I am Abdullah Haja. Welcome to Saturday Discourse. Now, let's begin from the FCT administration. The joy of Katy and other neighboring communities knows no bounds as they converged on the community to witness the inauguration of the newly constructed Kabusa-Katy Road. Onozi Yakubu reports that the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, delivered the President's message at the event.
The construction of this long stretch of road from Kabusa to Katy community is a dream come true for the benefiting communities.
The Kabusa-Katy Road is meant to provide access and connectivity to several communities like Kabusa, to Angwan Bako, to Angwan Cheta, to Shereti, to Ajata, to Katy, and then to Bayakukuchi, all along the same stretch in Abuja Municipal Area Council of the FCT.
For the FCT Minister Wike, it is a promise made and a promise fulfilled, in line with the renewed hope agenda of the present administration, where impactful projects have been provided.
The importance of this road is why you can see the communities have come out here in their numbers to celebrate it. And that is what government owes. When the people are happy, government will be happy. When people talk, you see, when government does its own work, you see the reflection in the faces of the people. I'm sure this is the first time the people of Katy is getting government attention.
Speaker, House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas, who represented President Bola Tinubu, says ensuring all-inclusive governance by providing critical infrastructure in all sectors of the economy is at the forefront of his administration. He applauds the FCT Minister Wike for bridging the gap on infrastructure deficit in the FCT.
This vital infrastructure connects communities, unlocks economic potential, and affirms our administration's commitment to equitable development across every corner of our nation. This road not only eases mobility, it enhances trade, it improves access to schools and healthcare, and it ensures that rural and peri-urban communities are not left behind in the march towards progress.
In another development, the FCT minister visited the new permanent site for the Apple traders in Wasa in order to see for himself the new site where he promised to provide infrastructure. Onozi Yakubu, NTA News.
Now let's talk politics. The Social Democratic Party SDP has successfully conducted its chairmanship and councillorship primary elections across the Federal Capital Territory ahead of the 2026 FCT area council elections scheduled for February. The exercise, which took place across the 6 area councils of the FCT, was described as free, fair, and transparent by party officials and observers. Notably, 5 of the 6 area councils recorded unopposed aspirants for the chairmanship seats, signaling strong internal consensus and party unity and democracy. Aisha Ubali reports.
It's a crucial exercise, not just for the party delegates and aspirants, but also for the election umpire and supporters. The outcome of these primaries will determine who appears on the ballot sheet come February 2026, essentially the flag bearers of the party at the grassroots level. For the Social Development Party in the FCT, consensus was the path adopted in 5 area councils, a sign of unity and internal agreement.
Where we are today. And across the 6 area council, we make sure that we adopt a one candidate. It's only in Kwali area council which they will not be able to agree. But we have to look for a popular candidate to make sure, yes, who is going to deliver for the party.
At the Area 1 LEA Primary School in Abuja Municipal Area Council, delegates gathered to vote for a familiar face, Obinna Simon, popularly known as MC Tagwaye. He emerged as the SDP's flag bearer for Abuja.
Important to know that this election in FCT is a litmus test to what will happen in 2027. So INEC should use this election to give Nigerians that confidence.
In Gwagwalada Area Council, the atmosphere was calm and peaceful as the exercise was conducted without hitches. Khalid Balagano emerged as the party's chairmanship candidate for the council.
I thank all of you. I'm very happy to see all of you vote for me as a consensus candidate for the party.
In Kuje, Dikos Zephaniah was elected unopposed as Musa Suleiman clinched the party's ticket for Abaji Area Council. However, in Kwali Area Council, the only exception, the party's consensus approach was rejected and the primaries are yet to be conducted. Aisha Oba Ali, NTA News.
Now, the global impact on the use of guns is massive. The youth are the drivers and users of these ammunitions, which create devastating consequences on the lives of citizens in Nigeria, Africa, and the world at large. Moses Queer reports that Youth Creative Conference recently embarked on a road walk to sensitize the public on the adverse use of guns. The report.
One we have emotional connection with. Imagine losing a friend because of the killings. Everything here is silencing the guns. One of the first things in silencing the gun is orientation.
The road walk, which is geared towards creating awareness on conflict resolution and mediation, is tagged Silencing the Guns. The initiative, according to African Union, aims at ending all use of guns, which results in conflict and violence in Nigeria and Africa by 2030.
And by virtue of the fact that you are talking about gun control, it's essential, it's a very convincing credential for a better Nigeria of today. And looking at the projections, you are looking at some years to come. And what these young people are doing, you understand, is raising the consciousness of the larger society, particularly the youth.
Addressing root causes of gun users, organizers are advocating more government and private sector support to equip youth with knowledge, skills, and critical thinking abilities needed to address the root causes of conflict and build a more peaceful future.
Every youth here in Nigeria have a talent. It's just for us to discover those talents. Every youth in Africa have a talent. It's just for us to discover the talent. So that is why we are here, to give them the stage before they are being recruited into the banditry, kidnapping, and all whatnot.
Apart from this conference, we are going to be carrying out empowerment, skills empowerment, where we'll be training these people on IT, fashion designing, catering, and every other thing. And we're not just going to be training them, but we're looking at sustainability. And through sustainability, we're going to be actually giving them the resources they need. That's the finance for startups.
Speakers also highlighted the fact that empowering youth through entrepreneurship and vocational training programs creates economic opportunities and reduce their vulnerability to recruitment by armed groups. At the end, speakers unanimously agree for more youth empowerment and engagement on activities that will enhance nation building. In Abuja, Moses Queer, NTA News.
Now to our very issue of the day. Uplifting the status of the vulnerable through its different humanitarian services is what Caleb Danladi Foundation, a non-governmental organization, is doing in the north central Nigeria, which is north central Nigeria, helping women and children. Odiriogboru Arutere tells us more about the activities of the foundation.
Caleb Danladi Foundation, an NGO established to render humanitarian services to children, widows, and youths, as well as less privileged in society. The founder, Captain Caleb Danladi, hails from Kaduna State, a serving captain whose passion is to render help to the needy, irrespective of religious or tribal differences.
As a people and as a nation, we celebrate him and will continue to celebrate him. We have come today to identify with him, to tell the whole world how proud we are about this young gentleman that is doing this noble cause, touching lives and being a huge blessing to the entire Ham nation. Of course, we will always use them as specimen. We use him as an example to challenge as many youth as are rising in Hamland. Incidentally, God has graciously blessed us with countless number of them, but the difference is that while he has decided to use what God has blessed him to be a blessing to humanity, others are yet to catch that vision.
Over times, the non-governmental organization has embarked on various life-changing projects to put smile in the faces of beneficiaries. Caleb Danladi Foundation registered more than 300 women and children into Kaduna State's health insurance scheme, a gesture which had a significant impact on the people. The establishment of Computer Training Center in Sambamgida, Jaba local government area, and the registration of 320 vulnerable students for JAMB, as well as the payment of WAEC to orphans in Kaduna State by the foundation, was a step towards assisting young Nigerians to be literate.
We thank God for this program that is an opportunity for us to have it in here, which has been long that we are praying for this type of opportunity to come.
I felt so excited and I felt so relieved, even though I've not taken the medicine yet, because the person that has the heart to help has actually tried to help a lot of thousands of people. I so much believe that wherever the person that organized this is, the Lord will so much bless him and protect him wherever he is.
We sincerely thank God for giving us this young man in this community. He has been a blessing to us.
Caleb Danladi Foundation, since its inception, has not relented in extending its gesture to Christian leaders, Muslim communities, youth groups, and traditional rulers in Kaduna State. Odiri Ogboru Arutere, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Odiri. I must say, very commendable report and initiative there, talking about what non-governmental organization or private individuals could do to support what the government is doing. Also, we're talking about accelerating growth and development in our country. And right away, I have with me on the discourse, on Saturday Discourse, Danladi, Caleb Danladi, who is the founder of the Danladi Caleb Foundation, who will be talking to us more on what non-governmental organizations need to do to support the development of society, which I think he's already been doing. I want to welcome you especially to Saturday Discourse. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
We must say kudos to what you're doing and urging you to do more.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's begin our conversation. Can you tell us more about your NGO that is going to communities to affect lives positively?
So thank you very much for having me on these programs. So Caleb Danladi Foundation is a non-governmental organization that was incorporated in 2014. And our focus area has been children, widows, community development, and also we look into STEM education. We have been running programs over the years that has impacted lives in society. We have also looked into women in particular, women empowerment, skill acquisition, and more recently, our flagship program is about STEM, because we recognize the importance of innovation, science, and technology in our society today.
That's a very good one, and choosing women and children, I think, is one unique area that I think you deserve all the accolades. But let's also get to know more about what inspired you to choose children, women, and now this STEM that you're supporting.
Okay, thank you very much. I decided to establish this foundation based on my inspiration. I grew up in a community where I noticed women and children are the most vulnerable. I see young children who has the potentials, but they don't have the finance to go to school. I see also women who are also backbone of the community. Some of them suffer from some communicable disease, but they don't also have the finance to particularly support themselves with healthcare system. So this foundation is based on inspiration to ensure that there is equality in the society, to ensure that the child that is unable to go to school due to finances will be able to go to schools, be able to support him.
See, some of the milestones your foundation has made in terms of reaching out to widows, children. It's like you're taking care of communities. What are some of the achievements? If we begin to say, count your blessing.
Okay, I will start with our history and our journey so far.
Okay.
We started in 2014, and we started with visit to schools by donating books, by organizing seminars, by encouraging students, by going to community and developing boreholes. But we have gone beyond that today. Today we can be proud of ourselves because we have done a lot for communities. I will start in terms of women. Like I said, women are the backbone of the community. So we have done a lot for women. We have established a skill acquisition center where we have trained women on various skills like tailoring, hair making, catering services, and they have been independent in life today. And that has helped to reduce the issue of rural-urban migration. It has also helped them to be economic independent and to be able to cater for their children, especially the widows who don't have husbands today. If we look into the area of children, I think we have made remarkable progress. A lot of children have benefited from our programs, from primary to tertiary education. For primary education, we support children with writing materials. We also support children with science, technology, engineering, and mathematics initiative, where we introduce them to early coding. We introduce them to computer, to learn how to use computer at an early stage. For secondary school students, we have an initiative which we launched since 2016, where we support children annually in secondary school with JAM. We pay JAM fee for students about 300 annually. And measuring our impact, we realize that a lot has been done. When we measure our impact, we have our impact assessment, we realize that the number of enrollment in universities have increased because most of these students that couldn't afford JAM in the past are able to achieve their dream by we purchasing JAM for them, and they're able to get admission in university. We have also been able to provide sponsorship for students going into the university. So we have a typical case of someone who was hawking. So her name is Fatima, and from then we bought JAM form for her. She wrote JAM, she was able to pass. We mentor her, and today she's in university. So it's a great achievement for us.
All right. Well, I think the role of the achievement will allow you to continue, and the time will not allow us to exhaust it. But maybe you don't have all the whole money in the world, but you're doing so great, job. I will encourage others to probably take inspiration from what you're doing, and if we do that, society will be better for all of us. But my next question is, how do you identify those in need that you reach out to them? Is there a place they register, or you go to communities, you know them, you identify them for them to benefit from the Caleb and Ladi Foundation?
Okay, for every project that we embark on, we have a need assessment.
Okay.
So we carry out a need assessment, we send out questionnaires, because some of the communities are rural communities, so they are not computer literate. So we administer paper questionnaires to them. We identify their needs. For instance, in Sambangida, Java local government area of Kaduna State, we administer questionnaires and we find out the challenges that women have in accessing healthcare services. And we tailor that by enrolling them in the Kaduna State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme, which has helped to reduce the issue of self-medication, then relying on traditional medication that tend to cause complications. And we have also seen a decrease in maternal mortality today. So we carry out need assessment. In terms of STEM, we also carry out need assessment, and we find out that a lot of students fail JAM not because they are not literate, but because they simply don't know how to use computers. They know the answer, but they don't know how to navigate. So with that, we are able to tailor our training towards supporting young school leavers in computer training to be able to attend JAM. So first thing we do is need assessment. We find out what kind of need they need. We tend to tailor our training to suit their needs, and then at the end, we measure our impact, what impact has been made. We need to go through again to assess what we have made. We need to start the training all over again. So that is what we do.
All right, well, we must commend you, but quickly in like 30 seconds before we let you go, what would you say are some of the challenges probably militating against this good in mind that you have from your foundation to give out to the society, and then probably how you think such efforts that you're doing can change the narrative of out-of-school children? If you can respond in 30 seconds, I appreciate.
Okay, one of the greatest challenges is access to funding, which is a serious challenge today. The other one is about reaching out to the target groups, in particular in insecure areas where they have crisis. It's difficult for us to get there. Another challenge that we have is communities being able to accept what we are doing. We have some communities who are resistant to change, but a lot of effort has been made. When it comes to the issue of out-of-school children, I believe it's a collective responsibility for all stakeholders, government, private organization, non-governmental organization. We need to come together to address the issue of out-of-school children, which has become a serious challenge not only to Nigeria, but to the Sahara continent today. So I believe the government has done a lot, and we're also doing a lot as an NGO to address this number of out-of-school children in Nigeria, which has posed a significant challenge.
We must thank you very sincerely, Caleb Danladi, who is the founder of the Caleb Danladi Foundation, for reaching out to the vulnerable members of our society. We hope that we'll get better of your NGO, because like the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step, and you've taken that step. I believe others will follow, while government soon does its part. Thank you for coming on Saturday Discourse.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, let's continue. Up next is Weekly News Wrap. Please stay with us.
Welcome to Weekly News Wrap, the segment that brings you highlights of top stories that made the headlines this week. I am Rabia Shaib. Earlier in the week, Nigeria joined the global community to mark the 2025 International Widows' Day. In response to the compounded challenges faced by widows, the federal government launched a nationwide intervention offering free health insurance enrollment and skill acquisition programs aimed at empowering widows and promoting economic resilience. This initiative is part of the renewed Hope Social Impact Drive to restore dignity to the vulnerable women across the country. Also this week, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu inaugurated the 16-kilometer right-hand service carriageway of the Inner Northern Expressway connecting Ring Road 3 to the Muritala Mohammed Expressway. The newly opened Idu Road is now accessible to the motoring public, marking a major infrastructure milestone in the Federal Capital Territory. Meanwhile, public primary schools under the Local Education Authority in FCT area councils have remained shut for over 2 months due to prolonged industrial disputes. While private schools near the term of academic term, public pupils are left behind. The Nigerian Union of Teachers insists classes will only resume when the new minimum wage is implemented, with hopes high that both parties will soon reach a resolution to end the deadlock. Still on public health, advocacy efforts intensified in the lead-up to the rollout of the measles rubella vaccine in the FCT. A high-level advocacy visit to the Ona of Abaji's Palace was held to secure traditional support for the campaign to protect children from the deadly disease. In another development, the Federal Medical Center, KEFI, received a donation from the government of Japan under its grassroots human security program. The center took delivery of high-tech water production device and laboratory equipment to boost medical services. These are some of the stories that made the news this week. Back to the studio for the continuation of the news.
Many thanks, Rabiat. And let's quickly tell you that Kwara United are the champions of the President Federations Cup 2025. They are champions after a 4-3 victory over Abakaliki FC on penalties after 0-0 regulation time. In the same vein, Rivers Angels also beat Nasarawa Amazon 4-2 on penalties after a 2-0 draw during regulation time. Congratulations to the winners. On that note, we want to thank you for joining us on Saturday Discourse. Let's do it again, same time, same station, next week when we come your way with another topic on the Discourse. I am Abdullah Hajia. Good evening.